All right, guys, we're back. Another session of the Limitless podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Seyboth, and today I've got another special guest, like every week. Today we got CJ Moss from where you at? Where you from?
From Seekonk, I
No,
guess
from
now,
Moss
right?
Home Solutions, bro.
Moss
That's where
Home
you're
Solutions.
from. Moss Home Solutions. So what's up, man? We used to do this.
Dude, we used to do this, bro.
We chopped it up every week.
Yeah, once a week, every Friday.
We chopped it up every week.
Yeah, that was good.
And I don't want to be the one to call all the shots and ask all the questions. Like you and I went back and forth before, so I want to kind of keep that format that we had before. First of all, I just want to ask you real quick, how's business?
Dude, business is great, Kyle. Business is beautiful, man. I have a good team. We're getting more deals. It's just like I'm really happy where we are.
So I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. You could literally, right? So you guys send out your text, your mass text.
Yeah.
It could be a house that is not even close to worth what's on the mass text. You'll get like 40 people to show up and they'll overbid it by like $70,000. It's crazy to see some of the stuff that people are paying, but I think it speaks to the appetite for deals. Like some people will be like, oh, fuck Moss Home Solutions, fuck CJ, can't stand him, he's the worst, best the worst, fuck Kyle, he's the cool, whatever. If that's how you want to be, fine. However, I think personally, like if you spin it and you actually look at what you're doing and what you're providing, what service you're providing, right? There's investors that are out there that are looking for deals. You're able to find a deal and bring it to an investor.
Yeah.
There's a client that you work with, and I'm not in your business. I don't even know, whatever y'all do, but I'm assuming there's someone that is in a situation that is gonna lose their house or they can't afford it. Whatever the situation is, they gotta move and they gotta move fast. And they just need a solution. And they come to you and say, hey, I don't really care what happens. I just want to be out. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, how many deals you do last year?
Last year was about closable deals, 165.
Say that shit again, please.
165.
Okay, this is what people need to listen to. You guys all need to listen right now. Because I hear so many people that complain that Moss Home Solutions is taking all the inventory in Rhode Island. You did 165 transactions within Rhode Island, Massachusetts. You do anything in Connecticut?
Not much, really. Rhode Island, Massachusetts.
So Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Let me get this right. 165 transactions. And in Rhode Island, last year, I don't have the exact number, but I would guess, I know the year before was like 43,000 or 37,000. And Mass, the number's probably insane because Mass is so much bigger. You're worried about CJ doing 165 transactions? That is the most crazy shit I have ever heard in my entire life. You're worried, as a real estate agent, about CJ's group doing 165 transactions.
Dude, you know what it is, Kyle? I think you hear a lot of this because you deal with the investors, right? But there's a couple of things I want to unpack here, right?
Unpack it, baby.
There's a couple of things I want to unpack here. Because honestly, the noise, I feel like I'm at the point now where it doesn't even...
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me. Dude, you get paid based on how much value you bring to the marketplace. It's as simple as that. The marketplace is telling me that we bring it up from helping sellers. And dude, our sellers are tricky situations, man.
Right.
And then providing these on a silver platter to our investors and having our business model, dude, we're just paid based on the value, right?
Simple.
People really dude, the most successful people I know with a great mindset, dude, this limitless mindset, they're not worried about other people. What they're worried about is how can I get better? Right? Not this guy's doing this guy's doing that, dude. How do I get better? And then drill it down every single day, right? The truth of the matter is, dude, I could stop wholesaling today. I could start a roofing company. I could become a realtor. I could do any business and I'd be successful.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that cocky, dude. I'm learning how to be a business owner.
Yes.
I think that people dude, they have a scarcity mindset. They're not mad at me or you or whatever, dude. They're mad because they're not producing themselves.
They're mad themselves.
All I'm saying is dude, if you have that abundance mentality that we talk about and you just say, you know what, how do I be better and take responsibility of my own success or lack of success, dude, you'll crush it. You just got to do the work yourself.
That's the mirror theory. That's the mirror theory. You got to look in the mirror and you have to say, is it me? Am I the problem? What can I do better? How can I become better? How do I become a better business person? How can I focus on my revenue? How do I focus on my expenses? I don't care what you do. No offense. I would care less what you do all day, every day. It's totally irrelevant to me. But when you get to the abundancy mindset, which we'll talk about in a second, and you truly understand how important it is to drill down and become better in every aspect of what you do, and the shit I went through with this nonsense claim of whatever, I don't want to get deep into it, but to put me in that position where I know I didn't do anything, I know what really happened and it will come out and everything will, pan out. But you know what it did to me? Oh, it made me better. It made me fucking better, bro. It made me drill down and it made me take massive accountability.
Yeah.
And I'm up at 4:15 and I'm holding myself accountable and I'm starting to meditate every day so that I'm not going to allow you to fuck with my inner peace. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, dude, you got to take ownership.
Gotta take ownership.
Everyone has to take ownership.
And for 12 years, I'm a pretty accountable guy, and I'm pretty determined and pretty consistent. I'm still not at a point where I've taken complete ownership. I've got to get to that point where I can take complete ownership. Now, one thing I'll say, and I think you share in the same aspect, is never have I had one jealous bone in my body. I don't even understand that. Never have I really focused on someone else and what they're doing versus what I'm doing. Like, that's great. You can go, I wish you the best. I hope you go kill it. It's irrelevant to me because I know what I can bring to the table and I want to continue to grow.
Well, dude, I think like I like to try to shift towards like the positive things. When I see someone who's doing, better than me, dude, I just try to learn from them.
Right.
Because then if you have confidence in yourself, you know what they can achieve. I was thinking about this podcast this morning. And I remember in 2019 when I first got started, right? And I first got started and I was working with you a lot.
Right.
Like we weren't working together, but I was like, you were helping me a lot. You were teaching me a lot of things. I was like vanilla.
Right.
I didn't know anything.
Know shit.
I didn't know anything,
Nothing.
right? And I remember one meeting we had and you were like, we were going over expenses and spend and you were like, I'm spending 90 grand a month on marketing. And at the time, my mind like exploded, dude.
Right.
I was like, oh my God, that's so much money.
Right.
Dude, but I learned from you. Right, I learned a lot of things from you, and then I learned other things from other people in different aspects, dude. And then you just add things, and then you get better at them, and then you can grow to certain levels. Like, I don't know. I don't really think about. I never think about people hating because I'm always just trying to help people or get helped up by whoever's ahead of me.
I agree, and I think if you just block it as noise, I think to me that's like noise that's easy to block out. Totally irrelevant. Say what you want. You don't really know me. They don't really know you. If anything, we're both very generous people. We give back. We do a lot of stuff for the community. We give back to a lot of different foundations and whatever. To me, the hardest thing as a business owner, and I want to see what you think about this. I know you got a good squad, but the hardest thing as a business owner, in my opinion, is to let go. And to let go and to allow your squad, my squad, the business owner squad, to take the ball and run over the goal line and not run backwards. Not be the guy that gets a handoff and runs 99 yards the wrong way. Be the guy that gets the handoff and runs right down the middle, right up the poop chute and right into the goal line. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I know what you're saying, and I feel like it's because it's really hard to trust C and B players, but it's not hard to trust A players. Like, dude, you asked me, you said, CJ, how's your day today? Are you busy today? No, dude. I just went to physical therapy. I got a haircut. I'm going to the gym after this, bro. I got this podcast. Let me tell you this. My team's locked up 2 deals today already. Dude, we got like a 60-something grand assignment fee that we just locked in today. This is all done without, we had sales training today without me. Dude, this stuff operates without me because I have good players. And I realized that because I've had C players and B players because I didn't know how to hire people. I didn't know how to train people and manage them, right? Dude, I was sitting 2 weeks ago. I was sitting across the room from one of my A players, like one of my most elite players. And I was micromanaging him a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. He knows his expertise much better than I do. And I know the wholesale game. So I'm trying to blend it, right? And he looks at me and he's like, dude, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Right? I don't know if I can. And I was taken aback. I was like, oh, shit.
You pushed the line.
I pushed the line. And we talked. We had a really like crucial conversation for an hour. And I was like, I got to trust this guy, right? And honestly, our sales, we did 165 deals last year, right? we will do over 300 deals this year with this guy, right? Being a beast, dude. He's brought in other people from his past. Like, you know that kid Justin,
Yeah, solid.
Justin Barros, dude. He's
Solid.
more than
I
solid.
told you that. You
He's a
asked me about him.
beast, this
Monster,
kid,
bro. Monster.
right? So if you bring in A players, dude, they know how to.
They attract A
Dude,
players.
and then you have a squad. And right now, I'm like, we're gonna go to the moon because I'm around people. Dude, they're better than me. Justin's better at sales than me.
Nah, he's a beast.
He's a better closer
the
than I
kid is
am.
the kid's a beast.
Dude, the people on my team.
I know. I've known him for a long time. I know his uncle. The kid's a beast. An absolute beast.
It's a weird thing. It's the difference, I think, between like me and you a little bit is that like, dude, I'm a real. I don't know. I'm probably really good at some things, but I'm a great all rounder.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll do anything well, but I have people on my team that are pretty much almost better than me in any of the specific things.
Yeah. And I think that's a very, very different. What's the word I'm looking for? That's just like a level to get to when you know you've kind of made it to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're in a really good driver's seat right now.
Yeah.
I still go out every day. I'm shoveling hay. I'm still out there every day making it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like
but you like that.
I do.
You like
so I
that.
thrive in that. I love that. I started to do more development stuff. We're doing some bigger developments. We're doing a 30 unit, a 25 unit, a 25 unit, a 20 unit, a 20 unit. It's all new to me. That's a challenge to me, right? I like that. We've got the brokerage. We're reformatting the brokerage. We're right sizing that. We're working on we're going to get back into the private lending side and keep focusing on that. So it's the challenge of the journey. But I think to your point, my biggest struggle is that part, is to get to that part where it runs without me being around. And I think that if anything can learn anything from you, that's invaluable.
Dude, I wonder if it's a thing though where you're just the total star athlete.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but you also dude, you love putting up buckets. You love getting buckets.
I love buckets, bro.
Dude, honestly,
and that's one of the reasons one of our players and I butted heads a lot was because he wanted me to be Rodman, Pippen, B.J. Armstrong, and Cartwright. I'm trying to be Jordan.
Yeah.
I need a supporting cast, and I think the beauty of our organization and why we do so well, I have a great supporting cast. My top people and everyone that we have right now, I would go to war with. I like them all. I would say that every single staff member I have right now, from all the way to the COO, and I don't want to say down because there is no down to, but all the way from the COO across the board to everyone across the board, I'll go to war with these people. It's just going to take us time.
Yeah.
Because part of me I do enjoy the part of giving somebody an opportunity and building them up to a level that they never thought was possible. And giving the ultimate give back in my position is if I can make a bunch of my people more money than they could ever imagine. If that's what drives them.
Yeah. That's interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I can be like, I pulled these people up into a level that they never, ever, ever imagined in their wildest dreams they could be in, that's a win for me.
Is that like one of your main drivers?
Yeah, that's a big win. That's like a massive win for me. To really, really get these people to a point where they're like, you changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is a big driver.
Yeah.
Whereas on your end, you're in a different spot. You already kind of you're recruiting, you're basically pulling the Miami Big Three.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to do.
You're trying to make the Big Three.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And I'm saying, fuck your Big Three. I'm going to do this shit alone like LeBron in Cleveland with, you know what I'm saying, with great supporting cast, but not a Big Three. So it's two different ways to run a business.
It's two different ways, but dude, I don't love being in the trenches.
I know you.
I'd rather be Phil Jackson.
I know.
That's what I want to do. Like I think that and I don't want to pull people up necessarily. Like, dude, don't get me wrong. It feels good when I hire someone, I pay them a really good salary, full health, full dental, like, dude, cushiony. That feels good to me. Dude, I want to create the best wholesaling company in the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to do here. So I think it's just like, I don't know, man. You know what I was thinking about? Because I've thought about, like, do I bring an attorney on staff? Do I start private lending? We've talked about that. Do I do these things, right? We have something so good. Like, you know, I'm the laser focus guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Dude, one deal for us, one deal is 65 grand right now. One deal.
Right.
Dude, how many private money loans do I have to
A
get
lot,
to do that,
dude,
right?
A lot. And one goes wrong, you lost it.
So I'm like, okay, how do I get one more deal a week?
Yeah.
How do I get 2 more deals a week?
Yeah.
How do I get another 300 deals a year? That's what I'm trying to get to right now, and just stay super disciplined.
I think that if you can take away from this as well, that hyper focus and super discipline and how to get one more deal is if every person took that same philosophy, they'd be that much better in whatever they do. Whether you're a roofer, a plumber, an electrician, a realtor, a mortgage lender, whatever. But how many people don't look at it like that? Like I get up every day and I say, how can I be better? How can I do better? How can I do more transactions? How can I help more people? How can I right the ship of the businesses and get them to a different level?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think for you, I could kind of see at some point, right? Like, and people are gonna be like, "Oh no, what the fuck you talking about?" You no, I think for you at some point, like if you get to a certain level where you're a little bored, you should do consulting.
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, right? We're in a day and age where like, do people do 1,000 things?
Yeah,
A
facts.
thousand things, and they do it really fast. Like,
Fast.
you
Real
know,
fast.
I'm a realtor, and now I'm going to be a flipper, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to add this, I'm going to add this, I'm going to this, right? Dude, years ago, it's like I created a business and I did the business
Right.
forever. And like I could do consulting, but I'm like, what if I do crazy? I'm doing this for 5 years. What if I did this for 15 years
Right.
and grew this into a $100 million plus business?
Right.
Dude, that's what's going to bring us the most value, I think.
True. And I think you're hitting on the head. Is if you can make more, if you bring and drive more revenue from that business, why go do something else?
Yeah.
It's like I've learned the hard way. You've watched. I've learned the hard way in doing this other stuff, and I'm like, this just makes no sense. It makes no sense. Right? I'm invested in this thing and it makes peanuts. I invest in that and it makes pennies. I invest in this and it loses. And it's like, just do what you do.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's exciting. It's
So what I've
attractive.
decided to do is going forward, what I've done is I've said allocate a small portion of revenue to that one shiny object and get your shiny object syndrome in, but only take a little piece. Like don't do it with a money with investments that's going to really make a difference.
Yeah.
And or time. Like time for me is even more valuable.
Dude, how much valuable is your
Nah, my
time?
time's crazy.
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 Where do you make the most money with your time?
Selling real estate or helping people, buy or sell.
Yeah, and then
That's
all
it.
that other stuff just sucks away that time, dude.
Sucks
It's
away that
crazy.
time.
Yeah, I think to get back to your mirror theory, one thought that is hard for people to hear, but once you get to a certain point, you just know that it's true. You're in your situation, whatever the situation is, because of yourself. No matter
Right.
how successful you are or not successful, if you're not getting deals or you are getting deals or you're getting leads or you're not, whatever, it's on you 1,000,000%.
100%.
No one else. It's not your environment. It's not influences. It's on you. And like, if you think that way, one, you got to take a hard look in the mirror, but two, it empowers you to say, wait a minute, I can do this. I just got to figure out how to do it.
And once you learn how to do it, you just do it over and over and over and over. And I would think I was listening to, it was Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith, or was Kenny Smith? He's the guy on TNT, Kenny Smith,
Yeah.
the Jet.
Yeah.
And he was saying extraordinary is just doing the ordinary extra. That's what you've done. You just do the ordinary shit that you're supposed to do extra.
Extra.
You're not doing anything like if you really think about what y'all are doing, it's not anything earth. You're not reinventing. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not splitting the atom. You're finding.
Dude, we're not running an Apple right now.
That's what I'm saying. You're finding a home that needs work and
Yeah.
needs money, and you're saying, "Let me package it and give it to someone who's willing to buy it."
Dude, we're doing the fundamentals. We show up every day. We do
I'm
what
saying
we're
so.
supposed to do.
It's doing the ordinary extra.
Yeah.
It's consistency. It's you have a very good you like myself, you have a very good work ethic. You also have a very good consistent pattern. I'm sure you have a very good daily routine, right? But you've transitioned to a position where the business can run by itself without you having to be there and micromanage it.
For sure.
And I think that's the beauty of it.
Dude, and I think coming from like an athletic background like you have too.
100%.
Dude, you and I were both undersized,
100%.
not freak athletes.
Correct.
Right? So
Correct.
you have to get really good at some things if you're going to succeed.
So you have to be you got to find what you could be really good at and you got to just hammer it to the ground.
Hammer it, dude. And then you learn, like, I got to show up every day
Correct.
and put up this many
But
reps.
I think that's a gift and a curse real quick before we head out. To me, like that athletic piece is a gift and a curse
How is it a curse, bro?
because you get this obsessiveness on the competitive side where it's hard for me to take myself out of. For me, it's a curse in that sense. See how you've
Why?
taken yourself out? Because I feel like I would lose that competitive nature.
Yeah, but now you're competing with companies.
Different.
Like, dude, when we talk about the brokerage, I would be like, I am going to run the best brokerage in Rhode Island, period. I'm going to make the most, do the most deals. That's my mission. That's my goal. And I'm going to have an army of agents to help me do that. And I'd be going, bro. I'd be looking at that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that competition?
It is. It's just different.
It's at a different level.
It's a team competition
Yeah.
versus golf, right? When you're a golfer, it's a one-on-one, right? That's a team. That's a different competition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think that's interesting. I think that's an interesting way to look at it. I know, you guys are crushing it out there, making it happen. Anything else you want to say before we head out?
No, dude. I mean, I think we could probably talk for hours, bro.
We
There's a
could,
lot
and
to
that's
unpack.
what I'm saying. There's so much to unpack. There's so many like mindset, the limit. What does that mean to you? Let's talk about that quick. What's limitless mindset mean to you?
It means that you can always grow. Like, you can always grow. I think a lot of people shut down. Dude, the amount of realtors that I've talked to, I've been doing this for 25 years. That's just like you've been developing bad habits for 25 years.
I say that all the time. I've been like, you've been doing it wrong for 25 years.
Exactly. Like, we talk about like emptying your cup. Dude, I can learn from you. You can learn from me. I can learn from so many people. If you just drop your ego,
Correct.
and you get humble and you say, I can learn every day for the rest of my life.
Correct.
And just try to help people and not be so focused on like, dude, you know what the truth is? When people project like hatred or whatever upon other people, it's truly just, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves.
Correct.
It's how they talk to themselves on the inside here.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, a limitless mindset is just growing and getting better.
I agree. I think it's knowing that there is no limitation, right? That there is no ceiling, that you can be as good or as bad as you want to be. It's what you put in is what you get out. It's garbage in is garbage out. It's LIFO, last in, first out, FIFO, first in. For whatever you want to look at it, that's what it is. How do you train yourself to be abundant when you think?
When I think,
How do you train yourself to get an abundancy mindset?
I think it's probably from the books I read. I read
What do
every
you
day.
do? Is it just from reading?
I think it's probably from reading every day and then having mentors. Dude, for some reason, I got like clicked into like this Mormon Utah community. Dude, first off, the Mormons, they're like the best business owners in the world.
I'm sure they're super disciplined, right?
Wicked disciplined, dude.
Super disciplined.
And like they have
Is
this.
that what's his name's a Mormon? The guy that we talked to, the happy guy.
Oh, Brad, no, he's not a Mormon.
He's not a Mormon.
No, but my mentor Cody's a Mormon.
Uh-huh.
Dude, they just have this like, I just learned about the abundance mentality. I think the more you give, the more you get. If you have that mentality, you attract wealth, you attract deals. Like, dude, I was listening to your meditation.
Yeah.
I listened to it yesterday morning. You're gonna and one of the affirmations is something like you're gonna receive expected and unexpected cash.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm buying into it. I'm talking about it. Dude, I just checked my mailbox. I got some random check. It's $1,600.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Dude, I had no idea it was coming. And I was like,
There it is.
dude, you're attracting
I
it.
listen to it every day, 21 days straight. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna stay on that wavelength. And I think what it's done for me is that it's helping me build that mindset stronger and stronger and stronger. And I feel myself on the inside being calmer, being cooler, being more collective, and just saying, you know what, that noise is the noise. I'm here. I'm gonna do what I do, and we're gonna build this thing up to the sky.
Yeah, and you can say like, dude, that's woo woo, or like what these guys
not.
talking about. Listen, listen. You gotta take this in. Dude, you're like the most successful realtor in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
We run the best wholesale company in New England.
Yeah.
There are people that are better than us, but if you just emulate it's working. This stuff is working.
Correct.
Right? And if you just start applying some of this, it's gonna work for you too.
Correct.
Dude, the companies, like there are wholesaling companies. People think about wholesale as like ragtag, do a deal, send out garbage deals, whatever. Dude, there are business owners making over $50-60 million a year.
Correct.
High-level wholesaling companies, right? That could dominate any business.
But that's what they do.
That's what they do. It's just that's what they
people
do.
don't understand. It's just a business. It's no different than selling a widget. It's no different than selling tacos. It's just a business. It's the business that you focus on. The business I focus on. It is what it is.
Dude, it's rare. I'm really trying to get better with this, and I've gotten a lot better at this. But there are times when my ego flares. You know, I'll get some hate or something.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you don't want me to come to your business.
No.
You don't want that because
No.
I'll dominate you.
Correct.
I'll apply what I'm good here in there.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm over the last year working with that dude and other people, like I'm trying to not
It's
let
a
that.
skill though. That's a crazy skill that you can achieve. And that once you have it, it doesn't go away. And I think it helped me get through all the nonsense I had to go through.
What skill?
The skill of just blocking out and being almost agnostic to any sort of noise or hate or talk or whatever, and just focusing on you. Just going out there every day and do what you do best.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the amount of hate my wife gets
It's wild.
every day.
It's wild.
Dude, every day. It's funny. We were joking about it because we posted this new video yesterday, this Facebook ad that's like, we go extra, bro.
Yeah.
You have to go extra
You
to
have
get
to,
eyes. You
100%,
have to. We're like,
100%.
we're going to lean into this thing. Dude, the hate's already started like crazy.
Oh, sure.
And she's growing thick skin.
Nah,
Like,
she has to.
She's got
yeah.
leather skin, bro.
100%.
But that used to face her.
Yeah, 100%.
She used to get rattled by that, get insecure by it.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep it moving.
Keep it pushing, baby.
Limitless Mindset Podcast. Let's go.